Now let's look at BNT. This is the Coinbase coin. First, I'm going to do my fib extension tool from the bottom. Drag it to the top. Right about there. And I'm actually going to select the 1 day. 1 day is easier to look at for me. I'll switch to the 4 hour if I need to. Oh, that's nice. That is a nice chart. Clear upswing, correction, upswing, correction. I mean, these are essentially just bull flags repeating themselves. Insanely bullish. Here's what I mean by the bull flag here. And let's draw maybe just, what is this, our base? This our base? Kind of map out how far the next one will be based on this base. So we're going to drag this pole of the flag, drop it for the breakout. Essentially a good measurement tool to see how high the next bull flag will go. So let's do the same thing. Let's imagine that we break out here, and this is when we're going to switch to the 4 hour to get a better estimate of when we could possibly break out of this flag. It's got a descending channel here. Okay, now let's look at some of the shorter time frame charts to see if we're kind of correcting. Okay, nice. They could retest here and then just bounce back down to the 382 level as a new support. You still see, I'm going to go back to the 1 day. You still see this really bullish channel, upwards channel. And this was my favorite tools to use, parallel channel here. Oh, I got to readjust this. That was bad. Okay, let me readjust this. We're going to start him. There's a bullish channel with a lot of volume on in here. As you see, the candles are much more big. Much bigger, I should say. Okay, I'm going to readjust this. So now we have this, basically this new trend line here, bouncing off this trend line support. It could potentially do the same thing here. So it's worst case scenario, maybe not worst case, but in terms of a bullish market, worst case scenario, bouncing off, what is this, around $7. Let's get our path tool. Then continuing up to the next, essentially impulse, reverse wave that we're seeing here of these bull flags. This could even go to the top of this channel, or just straight up to the 382 level. But realistically, I could see, you know, a retest at this high that we have right here form into essentially what most alts are going through right now, is in an ascending triangle. So we have, if you look at, let me grab my trend line here, this high that we're going to eventually retest if the bull market continues, and bounce off this trend line support up towards resistance, off support again, and then a continuation upwards. Or we can just do the same bull flag thing over again and skip that bullshit and go straight up here. Either way, bullish for BNT. This is a beautiful looking chart.